Tolu, I mean, it sounds like a comedy, a political comedy in part, but I mean, these people who are showing up to work today, who work under them, it's a really difficult situation, and they're being told by the other not to listen to the other. So, I mean, how is this all playing out?
That's exactly right. You have two bosses who have diametrically different points of view when it comes to the Consumer Watchdog Agency, federal regulation of the financial industry. You have Director Mulvaney, who's right now running the Office of Management and Budget, but when he was back in Congress, he had some pretty harsh things to say about the CFPB. He even sponsored legislation to eliminate it. And then you have Richard Cordray's chosen successor, who basically wants to continue sort of aggressive implementation of regulations and aggressive watchdog actions, specifically against banks and financial institutions. And right now you have something that's going to have to be solved by the courts, because you have dueling statutes basically saying in one case that Richard Cordray's successor should take the lead. In the other case, that the president has the authority to choose the next person on an interim basis.
And Tolu, this may well play out in the courts, but I got to tell you, I confess, I was a lawyer, and Blackstone famously said that possession is 9 points of the law. We actually have the OMB communications director has posted an image online, actually, of Mr. Mulvaney, who's actually apparently at work running the CFPB. If in fact he goes forward with that, here we have the photo right now. You can see him hard at work, acting as director of CFPB. If he can continue through with this and people do what he says they do, it almost becomes a moot point, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does seem to be the case, because you do have both Director Mulvaney at work sending out memos to the staff, basically telling them to disregard Leandra English and all of the actions that she's taking and potential directives that she may be putting forward. And you also have the general counsel of the CFPB, which has basically sided with the Trump administration, saying that the president has this authority. So unless a court ruling sort of comes to the rescue of Richard Cordray and his chosen successor, it does appear that the reins are right now being taken by Director Mulvaney.